read Zechariah.
I want you to start in the first chapter of Romans and read it all the way through.
So I'm trying to take it away. What you think?
Took nothing from me. If anything, I gained from that man being in there, and everybody better wake up on certain things that we being brainwashed with this Democrat stuff. They coming into your house, Democrats taking your kids, separating us, keeping us on drugs. They going home to their community, gated community, and they safe. We're not safe.
Hey, shalom, most high, Christ bless. Officer Adonis back again, and this time I'm with
Aisha.
Shalom, I got my brother here.
Liquid.
All right, shalom, Officer Joseph, IUIC Seattle. Shout out, cuts from the streets. All right, we out here with my good brother
Quentin Mosby.
Like I said, I'm Officer Jeremiah. We with cuts from the streets. You mind saying your name?
My name is Mrs. Blue Bear. Blue Bear Designs, at to be exact, yes.
Right, so we're gonna get right into it as usual. So Aisha, how do you feel about Juneteenth being a federal holiday?
I think it's a wonderful thing, but I think it should have happened a long time ago. It took too long for us to be, our holiday to be recognized, our independence to be recognized.
Okay, I like that.
But I got Liquid here. We're at the Juneteenth event here in Seattle, Washington. Hey, guess what? We got a couple questions, all right? So first question, hey, how do you feel about Juneteenth being made a federal holiday?
I think it should be a federal holiday because, you know, we need to be recognized as black people and what we went through, you know, before our time, before my time. So I think it should be a holiday. You know, I think that's how I feel about it.
Okay, so pretty much it becoming a federal or national holiday is going to bring recognition to us as a people. Us as a people. Okay.
Quentin, tell the people where we at, man.
We're at Juneteenth in Tacoma, Washington at Stewart Heights Park.
Okay, so Stewart Heights Park. Quentin Mosby is about to go into a little interview, and we're going to figure out some things about Juneteenth. So, Quentin, my first question for you, man. My first question. Juneteenth, 2021 with Joe Biden, it was made a federal holiday. How do you feel about that?
I feel great about it. It's to me, it's good to be recognized for what our people has been gone through and what we're here on in America. You know, we're not recognized for a whole lot, but the freedom that we have, it shows through music, through a bunch of entertainment.
Let us march on till victory, is won.
And so it's just glad that we get to absolutely celebrate it on an actual holiday.
Okay, so right now we at a Juneteenth event. I see a lot of our people out here. Tell me what Juneteenth mean to you.
It means that we came a long way from my grandfather and them fighting, ain't even in the record book. And the thing about it, what hurt me, they don't even know who we are. And my grandfather was in the Air Force, and his name is never in them books. We hear about everybody else's name. We hear about what everybody's doing for their country, but nobody ever actually step up for us. And we don't represent each other like we supposed to represent each other.
What do you think about the president potentially disannulling or doing away with it?
I think he does a disservice to the people who built this country. America owes us, and so getting rid of a holiday that celebrates our independence is a disservice to us. We built it. Okay,
so under our current president, Donald Trump, there's been some talk about disannulling what Joe Biden put in place. If Juneteenth was taken away as a federal holiday, how would that make you feel?
It would make me feel sad because, like I said, this is recognition to recognize the Black Americans and our freedom. And if, you know, the current president was to take that away from me, I would say it's just a slap in the face. You know, he really doesn't care about anything but himself.
Okay.
His own people.
Okay, all right.
So you would say that Juneteenth is, by being a federal holiday, is something that you proud of right now, right?
I'm very proud of, because we came a long way. I didn't see us being shot in, our sons being killed, shot in the back, this killing each other, these drugs. Because when y'all wake up and see that y'all done wasted all this freaking time, y'all screwed.
That's what we out here for.
Y'all screwed, and we don't have enough men.
What do you think?
Hold on, we don't have enough men pulling our babies in.
Do you see these men right here? That's what we out here trying to do, and I want you to acknowledge that, right? Because I see your passion. I see your passion, and I love it. So check this out. So now we got it as a federal holiday, but what you think about Donald Trump trying to
We ain't gonna put
take that
politics
away.
in.
No.
We ain't gonna put politics in that right now because that man, it's to each and on. I ain't, like I say, from jump, I ain't nobody's cult. And I'm independent. So my values and what I think right now, I don't think everybody agree on what I would have to say.
Trump trying to take it away. What you think?
He ain't took nothing from me. If anything, I gained from that man being in there, and everybody better wake up on certain things that we being brainwashed with this Democrat stuff. They coming into your house, Democrats taking your kids, separating us, keeping us on drugs. They going home to their community, gated community, and they safe. We're not safe.
Awesome. So basically, you would consider it a slap in the face after everything we've done, and it'll be like a contradiction, to say the least, if he got rid of it, knowing that it was given to us for what we endured.
Yes, absolutely. It would not only just be a slap in the face, but it would be a stain on history.
Oh, okay. So with that being the case, how do you feel about us being free? Do you think we're actually free today?
I think it depends on your definition of freedom. Is there equity? No. We still have to struggle to get the basic rights that other people who come over here who didn't work as hard as we do have to get. So yes, we're free in a sense because we get to do things like this, but no, housing still isn't equitable. Healthcare isn't equitable. Or being able to go to college affordably for us isn't equitable. So no, we're not totally free.
At our current estate, the conditions that we're in, do you think African Americans are free right now?
I think we're free to a degree, but I don't think we're as free as we want to be or need to be. I think we still are fighting the struggle as far as, getting more recognized, being able to be more of a landmark like to our people. And as far as the other racism out here, racism is really deep towards black people, and I don't think we're there yet.
Okay, so we're not quite there.
So for Juneteenth, do you look at it as a celebratory holiday, or do you look at it as a contradiction? Meaning, is it a slap in the face to you, or do you more so celebrate it?
I celebrate it personally, and culturally, even spiritually, we are free. And so, what better way to acknowledge that by celebrating it? To feel offended by it doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, so you kind of went into my next question that I have for you. At the state that we're in as African American people or black people, would you say that we're free today?
For my definition of freedom, yes. But freedom comes with responsibility. And so we have to learn and teach what Juneteenth really is to everybody, not just to our people, not just to the white people, but around the world, to let people know that this is freedom from our oppression in America.
We're not safe. So what does freedom truly mean to you then? Since Juneteenth is about the emancipation. Hold on. Listen to me. I want you to listen to me. You gotta listen to me. You're doing a lot of talking. I need you to listen to me. The Emancipation Proclamation is about us being free from slavery, right? What does freedom truly mean to you?
That mean I bossed up.
What do they look like?
That look beautiful right now. I'm living my best life, and I can't say nothing more because you have to know the situation that like you said, you came from the streets. I did too. And I'd have been a long way. And I'm from Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, 216, y'all.
So with that being the case, if you can see that we're not fully free, what does freedom actually look like to you?
It feels like having a seat at the table. It feels like being represented. It feels like, when we speak, people listen and take to heart what we're talking about. We've been here long enough to know, right from wrong. And I think until we have as much equities as white people do, I don't think we will be free.
What does true freedom look like to you?
I think true freedom looks like just being able to express yourself as a black person and being recognized as a black person. A lot of things we get shunned or don't get recognized as what we did or what we do now as black people. And I think that we should be seen more and heard more as black people.
Okay, the recognition. I like that. That's a good point. We get kind of pushed to the back.
Okay, so it's like you read my note cards, bro. Quentin, what's going on? Because that was my next question. What does freedom look like for our people, in your opinion? What does that mean?
Like I said, it's to have that responsibility of sharing what it absolutely means and to be celebrating it also.
Okay, all right. So my last question. Blacks and whites, we have different social upbringings in this world. Do you think that the two nations can ever coexist in peace?
I think so. I am a product of that. Yes, I live in Tacoma, but I was much raised in Puyallup, and that is a predominantly white community. But like I said, I'm a product of that. They have their good parts, especially the kids that I grew up with. We didn't even tolerate bullying, so let alone any kind of racism wasn't going on.
I like what you said right there real quick. So what I want to do is address that, but with the scriptures, right? Because God created us, right? He created everybody, right? So in order for us to understand what freedom looked like, we got to go to the creator. What better person to tell us what freedom looked like than the one that created us? So read that for me real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
So God had a chosen people. You familiar with the Israelites?
Yeah.
So he told his chosen people, if y'all obeyed me, then I will set you above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You get what I'm saying? You follow me? What does that look like? We're not stealing from one another. We're not killing from one another. We're not inhabiting in the ghettos the way that we do. We're not sleeping around the way that we do. All these things is an example of what freedom looks like, because that's what the rules were. That's what God told us. So once we obey those, we'll live like how we see other people that rule countries live. You get what I'm saying? Like when you look at China, when you look at the king of China, a person that runs China, how does he live? When you look at Russia, how does Putin live? When you look at Trump, how does Trump live? Do he live like us that's at the bottom of society? Do he got to worry about his kids getting killed in the middle of the street and no justice? Right. That's what freedom actually looked like.
So now, dealing with white America, right? And dealing with black America. There's two different societies. Do you think those two can come together? And if so, upon what?
Yeah, I think anybody can come together if we agree on something, or at least try to agree on something. I think we can come together, and it's all in God's hands. If God willing, yeah, anybody can come together. And it's more just getting along with everyone to come together.
Okay. So there's a possibility that we could come together as a people. All right. Hey, so now what we're going to do, once again, we're IUIC. Everything we do, we come from the Bible. So we're going to go to the Bible and we're going to actually see what God says about those questions. All right. So I'm going to bring up my brother right here, and it's Liquid, right?
Yeah.
Hey, so Liquid, check this out. We're going to bring out a couple scriptures. See what you think about this. All right. So now, last question was about white America and black America, two different societies, right? Can those two societies come together? And if so, based upon what? Right. So now we're going to go to the Bible and we're going to see what God says, right? Because that's a real question. Because can you repeat your answer one more time, what you said?
I said if God willing, if we love each other and love God, we can come together.
Okay. All right. Hey, so we're going to go to the Bible real quick. So if we love each other and love God, we can come together. Watch this.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand.
Because think about it. If we came together, we're going to be joined hand in hand, right? But watch this.
The wicked shall not be unpunished.
Guess what? Even if we join hand in hand, there still has to be judgment for wrongdoing, right? So when we look at our society today, we're being judged for our wrongdoings. That's why we went into slavery. That's why we're paying taxes. But now when we look at it, has the white society ever paid for the wrongs that they've done? They haven't.
All right, so Quinn, we're going to read you something, man, right out of the Bible, man. We're going to read the book of Baruch, chapter 3 and verse 8. And this, again, this is the Apocrypha that was snatched out of the Bible by the Christian Protestants, all right? They took this out, the original King James book, all right? Read what you got.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8.
Come on.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
So our forefathers are explaining, even in his time period, we're yet this day in our captivity. That's how we are at today. We pay taxes, we get shot down, we get killed in the street, hands up, don't shoot. We scream civil rights, and our civil rights get hijacked by other people. And we're yet this day in our captivity. Read.
Where thou hast scattered us.
And were we not scattered? Yeah. We were scattered all over, from the west coast of Africa to the islands, to Barbados, to Jamaica, to Panama, South America, Noisy B, Madagascar, Malagasy people. Read.
For a reproach and a curse.
Is a reproach and a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
That is a bad thing. So we know who this is talking about. White people never went into slavery in mass numbers as we did. Read.
And to be subject to payments.
Are we not subject to payments?
Yes, we are.
What do you have to pay?
Bills, electric, you name it, taxes.
There it is, taxes. Our people typically live what? We live paycheck to paycheck. Is that a true statement for our people?
Yes, it is.
Read.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers.
But here is the reason, because of the iniquities of our forefathers, and we continue to commit them. Read.
Which departed from the Lord our God.
So now, Quincy, you're a smart man. If we were scattered for reproach because of the iniquities of our fathers, that they departed from our God, what should we do?
We should seek his face.
There it is. You said it. I got to get it. Give me that in Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. I wasn't going to get this, but you said it. So while Juneteenth may seem like a great thing to us, this is not teaching us about our biblical history, our ancestry. Now, you said we should seek his face. Let's see what God said. Read.
Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15.
Come on.
I will go and return to my place.
God said he would leave us because of our iniquity. Read.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
We have to acknowledge like if you have a son or you have children?
No, I do not.
If one of your nephews or somebody wrong you and they're younger than you, they have to do what?
Condone. They have to apologize. They have to come to me and get it right.
Do you go to them and beg them to apologize?
Nope, not at all.
Read it again.
Till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face.
There it is, Quentin. You said it. We have to seek God's face. Now, how do we seek his face? We come back to the Bible as it is written. Not modern day Christianity, but we actually read the laws out of the Bible. All right?
Yes, sir.
You agree with that?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna show you what God say that freedom looks like. Hey,
God, show me
look,
what freedom looks like.
No. Watch this. Give me Revelation chapter 2 verse 26.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
You gonna hear it today. Watch this.
I can get deeper.
Watch this. You gonna hear it.
I can get deeper than
Watch
that.
this.
Don't flip that.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation.
That's what freedom is. That's what freedom is. This is the God of the children of Israel. Joel chapter 2 and verse 27. No, this is the King James Version, the 1611 Bible, the original King James Version. Read it.
Joel chapter 2 verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else.
He said the children of Israel God and none else. But to what you said, yeah, I like what you said. You said you don't have nothing to do with it. Let's see what God say about you feeling that way. I'm trying to see. No, we reading the word of God.
I ain't got nothing to do
Give
with
me
it.
Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 11. Give me Zechariah chapter 7 verse 11.
I appreciate you giving us your time to talk. So, Aisha, holler at us anytime. We got the contact information on the flyer. It's another edition of Cuts from the Street. Shalom.
So with that, man, it's Cuts from the Street, IUIC Seattle. My brother
Liquid
here, man. Hey, and we went into the Bible, kind of learned a little something. All right. Hey, with that, shalom.
All right, man. Hey, we standing here with Quentin, Juneteenth, Stewart Park, man. Shout out to Quentin. This is another episode of Cuts from the Streets.
I done read the Holy Quran. I done read a lot of Bible. Mama, I don't want to hear that. That's the white man's Bible. That's the white.
Hey, shalom, Israel, most high in Christ bless. As you can see, another successful event for Juneteenth. We had scoffers out there. We had some that were humble. We had some that listened. So all praise, the Most High got the victory. So with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word